Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Trevor Gallagher Drums, and if this happens to be your first time stumbling onto my channel, welcome to my channel. And I'm sure you'll find a lot of interesting, well, if you're a drummer, you'll find a lot of interesting things here on my channel. I have, I think at this count, well over 150 videos, and I'm sure there's probably the odd one or two in there will have some information that you'll really like to hear. So go for a wander through my channel, check out some different videos in the different playlists and so on and so on. But anyway, if you are a new subscriber, or if you're just checking out my site and you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to my channel. It really helps this old drummer out, and it also lets you know when I'm posting new videos. Anyway, today, as you can see again, I'm not behind a drum kit, and today I thought I would just have a little bit of a talk to you about when you get that phone call and the phone rings, you pick it up and you go, hi, and the person on the other end says, hey, I'm looking for a drummer for this Saturday night to fill in with my band. Would you be interested in doing that? Well, I get a lot of work just like that. So I have my main band that I work with, Peaches and the Alpha Sonics. If you've never seen that band, check us out online. We're a 50s, 60s swing R&B soul type band, killer vocalist, big powerful voice, and so worth looking if you're into that style of music. So go check us out, or even go to Facebook. We've got our own group, so go there and subscribe to that one too if you like. So anyway, when you get that phone call, a lot of people go, well, what am I going to do to get ready for this show? Well, preparation is the key, always is the key. Don't just think, oh, okay, I know that type of music that band plays, I'll just wing it on the night. No, don't do that. Your reputation could be built up or teared down simply because of how you play at that gig. So preparation is the really key to it all. So when somebody rings me and asks me if will I fill in, most of the time I say yes. I have actually said no a couple of times because I knew that the band was playing music I would not be able to learn in a week, and I didn't want to let them down, and I didn't want to be seen as a bad drummer. So I've said no. So it doesn't hurt for you to say, no, sorry, I don't think I'll be able to do that gig. I don't think my chops are up to that level, or whatever it might be. So be honest. Don't overstep your skill level. And, because as I said, music world's very small. So if you go and do a gig and really mess it all up, you're never going to get a gig from them again. And also, a lot of their friends, you're not going to get gigs from them either, because, a friend of theirs will say, oh, I'm looking for a drummer. Do you know anyone? How about that Trevor Gallagher guy? Oh, no, don't use him. He did a gig for us and it was really horrible. So don't overstep your skill level. That's really, really important. The next thing that's really, really important is once you've agreed to do the gig, is to ask them for a set list of all the songs, and if possible, if they've got a video links to those songs. And most people do. Like there's two types of fill-ins that you'll come across. You'll get an artist that will say, I need you to fill in, I'll send you all the charts for the drum parts. And if you're a good reader, a good sight reader of music, then that's problem solved. You got the charts, you just play to them when you're playing live on stage. For me, I haven't read a chart for probably 40 years. I used to way back, I used to do a lot of backing of artists, which was all charted. So I used to be a pretty good sight reader. But as I said, I haven't read a chart for over 40 years. And thankfully, most of the phone calls I get are for bands that don't even have drum charts. And they, again, will send me a set list. And also, they will send me maybe a YouTube playlist, or Spotify playlist, or Apple Music playlist. So I've got a list of all of these songs, either audios or I've got videos of them. And when you get that list of songs, you want to open up, print off some set list of how they're going to play all of these songs. sometimes they will send you the set list. For instance, these pieces of paper here are actually set lists that were sent to me from a band I filled in with last weekend. Actually, this band, Smoke and Firebirds. So that made my life a lot easier because I didn't have to, make up sort of, not knowing, what songs were going to play when and what set. So that was already worked out before they sent it to me. So what I do then, if they send me a set list, if they send me a link to some audios or videos, I'll listen to them. If they don't send them, I'll get the set list and track down all these songs and make up a playlist for myself on YouTube or Spotify. And then the first thing I do is actually listen to all of the songs. And I'll listen to all of the songs, half a dozen times. Maybe while I'm driving down the road, or, if I got a bit of time at home, I'll sit down and just listen to all of the songs. And why I listen to all of them is because I want to locate the ones that have got a little bit more arrangement, or the ones that are going to be a little bit harder, a bit more tricky to play. And so what I do then is I tick beside my little list here all the ones that I know I need to spend a fair bit of work on. Once I've done that and established that, there might be, 8 songs in the 30 songs I've got to play this weekend that are going to, take a bit of work, I start working on those songs before I do anything else. So I pick the first one on that hard to-do list, and I sit down and I really start listening to that piece of music, bar by bar. Listen to the intro, I listen to the verses, I listen to the chorus, the middle eights, outros. I really go deep into listening to that song. And I will often then, first thing I do is make a note of what the feel of the song is. So you may see on this list here, I've got little handwritten little notes on the side here on that first song there, Coming Home. I've written twos. So to me, the feel of that song is in twos. Da, 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 da. So I write twos there. That gives me an indicator. When I'm playing this song, I know it's in that sort of feel. I also have no other notes next to that first song. So that means it's got no crazy stops or anything that's going to, throw me a curveball while I'm playing that song. It's just a pretty straight ahead, played in twos. I should be pretty safe playing it. So that's the notes I make for that song. So in the case of this band, the guitar player counted the song in, or might have a guitar intro, and then I go straight into twos. And that normally gets me in a safe place. The next song there, Caledonia, Willie Nelson version. It's a swing and all played on a snare drum, not a normal swing on a ride cymbal or a hi-hat cymbal. So I know when I start that song, I'm going to play it a swing all on the snare, and so on and so on. So I've got notes all the way down the sides of the song list on all the songs that I don't know how to play. And so I've given myself some guidelines so I don't start with the wrong feel. If I got the right feel, then the battle's half won, so to speak. And so that's the first thing I do. I go through the hard songs and learn all the bits about them. I write down the feels. I write down if it's got stops, if it's got some weird sort of counts and stops are in weird places or anything like that. I make all the notes that I need next to that song on my song list. And sometimes you might actually have to space these song lists a bit wider so you can put more information about the songs. So I write all the things that I need for that song, and then I look at that information and I'll put that song on and play it, and play it a few times till I really get it locked in that I need to stop here, I need to have this feel, I need to do this, I need to do that. So that's the first thing I do, and I work on the harder songs first. Because if I get them right, the rest I could probably, improvise through and, pretend that I know what I'm doing with the rest of the songs. So that's a good way to approach it. Once I've gone through all of the harder songs, then I start at the top of song 1, set 1, And once again, I start writing next to all of the songs what the feel for each song is. It's a, it's a rock fours, it's a rockabilly feel, it's a surf beat feel, it's a Latin, or whatever, I write down basically what the feel is beside every song if I don't know the song. And that gets me started. And if I have time, as I said, once I've actually done all the hard songs with the complicated bits, if I've still got time before that gig, I'll start at set one and just listen to set one and look at my notes and even the easy songs, and just make sure there is no curveballs that I'm missing and get them all sort of locked into my head. And hopefully then by the time the gig comes around, I won't make a total fool of myself. If I can nail the starts, the ends and the stops and get the feel right, well, I'm pretty much done. When you're filling in on a gig too, you've got a little bit of leeway. I mean, if someone rings you up on Wednesday afternoon and says, I got a gig for you Friday night, here's 30 songs to learn, they can't expect you to nail every one of those songs perfectly in 2 days. It's just not humanly possible for anybody. So, but that's the way I approach it. As I said, I go through all the songs they've sent me. I look for the hard ones. I learn them first. I make sure I get the feel right. I make notes on any stops or anything I need to do. And I learn those hard ones first. And then if I got time, I start at first song, first set, and work myself through, write all the feels beside all the songs. And I work on starts and ends and the groove. And hopefully I get to the gig and I do okay. I do a lot of fill-in jobs because I do that practice. I tend to do those fill-in jobs pretty good. Yeah, I make a few mistakes, but hey, normally I've only got a few days to learn them all. So I always get phone calls to do fill-in gigs, so I must be doing something right. Anyway, that's what I do. So if you're doing fill-in gigs and if you're not actually reading charts when you do those fill-in gigs, that's the process I use. It seems to work really well for me, and I'm sure it will work really well for you. Anyway, I hope that's been useful. I hope that's been helpful, and I hope when you get that next phone call to do a gig, try doing it like that, and I'm sure it'll be really helpful, successful for you to do it that way. And as I said earlier too, never take a gig that you're not 100% sure you can cut it in. Because if you fall over, your reputation gets trashed in that moment. So don't do that to yourself. Okay, on that note, people, please subscribe if you haven't already. Tell your drummer friends to subscribe as well. That would be really helpful. And look back through my catalogue of videos here on my YouTube channel. I'm sure there's things you may have even missed that you would really like to know about. Go and have a look, look on some of the videos that I've already done, and I hope that is going to be really helpful for you. So on that note, people, thank you for watching, and we'll see you at the next video. Bye!
Sounds good.